And in the second year of this week in this Jubilee, Rebekah called Jacob her son, and spoke to him, saying, My son, do not take you a wife of the daughters of Canaan, as Esau, your brother, who took him 2 wives of the daughters of Canaan, and they have embittered my soul with all their unclean deeds. For all their deeds are fornication and lust, and there is no righteousness with them, for their deeds are evil. Now we are going to perform the SJF double check. This double check method will work using the 49-year method as well as the 50-year method. However, the results for these methods will not render the calculation being sought after. It will only render the mathematical truths concerning the true location of the Jubilee year in question. Let's get it. 2152 divided by 50 gives us 43.4. This shows us that there are 43 complete cycles of 50 years each that fit into 2152. The fraction is related to the 44th Jubilee cycle. After dividing the fraction 0.4 by 2, we get 2. This validates that we are now in the second year in the 44th Jubilee cycle. Let's continue to the next calculation, which is found in chapter 26 in the Book of Jubilees. Jubilees chapter 26 recounts a pivotal moment in the lives of Yitzhak, his sons Esau and Jacob, and their mother Rebekah. Yitzhak, in his old age and with failing eyesight, plans to bless his elder son Esau by having him prepare a meal for him. However, Rebekah overhears this and devises a scheme to ensure that Jacob, her favored son, receives the blessing instead. The chapter unfolds as Jacob, at his mother's behest, pretends to be Esau through a clever disguise and receives his father's blessing. This act sets in motion a series of events that will deeply impact the future of these twin brothers and their descendants. 1. And in the 7th year of this week, 2157, Yitzhak called Esau his elder son and said to him, I am old, my son, and behold, my eyes are dim in seeing, and I know not the day of my death. We have established that the year 2157 AM aligns with the 7th year in the first week of the 44th Jubilee cycle, precisely as indicated in the Book of Jubilees. However, if we calculate based on the 43 Jubilee cycles completed before 2157 AM, we arrive at 2114 AM. This year, 2114 AM is frequently used in Jubilee cycles calculated using the 49-year methodology. The 49-year method integrates the Jubilee year into the 7-week cycles where it does not belong. This approach results in additional years being inaccurately added to the Jubilee cycles, reducing the true Jubilee years. Specifically, in this case, 43 Jubilee years have been shifted into the 7-week cycles, disrupting the original structure, where the Jubilee year is intended to be a distinct, standalone year of celebration and renewal. The 27th chapter in the Book of Jubilees does not contain Jubilee years to calculate. However, I will provide a brief summarization of this chapter for clarity purposes, after which I will proceed to the 28th chapter. Jubilees chapter 27 portrays the intricate web of family relationships and divine blessings that shape the destiny of Jacob, Rebekah, and Esau. Rebekah, aware of Esau's murderous intentions toward Jacob, counsels her younger son to flee to her brother Laban's house in Haran for safety. However, Jacob hesitates, fearing his father Yitzhak's displeasure, but Rebekah's appeal eventually convinces Yitzhak to send Jacob away with his blessings. Jacob's journey begins with a profound dream at Bethel, where he encounters a ladder reaching from earth to heaven, signifying Yahweh's divine covenant with him. Yahweh assures Jacob of his continued presence, the inheritance of the promised land, and blessings for his descendants. The chapter unfolds with Jacob's journey and his deepening commitment to Yahweh, symbolized by the renaming of the place as Bethel and a solemn vow of devotion. Jubilees 28 narrates the continuation of Jacob's journey as he arrives in the land of the east to Laban, the brother of Rebekah. He serves Laban for 7 years to marry Rachel, but ends up with Leah due to Laban's deceit. Jacob's relationship with Leah and Rachel, their handmaids, and the birth of their sons are detailed. The The chapter sheds light on the customs of the time regarding marriage and inheritance, emphasizing the importance of fulfilling one's commitments. Additionally, it explores themes of envy and prosperity as Jacob's possessions multiply, leading to tension with Laban and his sons. Verse 1. And he went on his journey and came to the land of the east, to Laban, the brother of Rebekah, and he was with him and served him for Rachel his daughter for 1 week. Verse 2. And in the first year of the 3rd week he said to him, Give me my wife, for whom I have served you 7 years. And Laban said to Jacob, I will give you your wife. Reuben. Verse 11. And Yahweh opened the womb of Leah, and she conceived and bore Jacob a son, and he called his name Reuben, on the 14th day of the 9th month, in the first year of the 3rd week. Verse 12. But the womb of Rachel was closed, for Yahweh saw that Leah was hated and Rachel loved. Simeon. Verse 13. And again Jacob went in unto Leah, and she conceived and bore Jacob a second son, and he called his name Simeon on the 21st of the 10th month, and in the 3rd year of this week. We have already found the Jubilee birth year of Levi in the 6th year, in the 3rd week of the 44th Jubilee cycle. This is the 20th year of the 44th Jubilee cycle, in the Jubilee year 2170 AM.